There seems to be this rule about going to bed for these two, which is no clothes allowed in bed. Nakedness is always the rule. If they needed to get warm, they would just turn on the heat in the house or lay under the covers long enough and lay close enough together to generate the required heat needed to keep them warm. Being naked like that in bed also allowed for their bodies to breathe. They liked that freedom as well. No leg or body prisons, sweats, tops, underwear, panties, boxers, bras, or pajamas. Just them and each other with nothing separating their skin on skin enjoyment and readily available acts of fleshly sexual activities on call whenever they felt horny for each other. Movie time? He asked. You bet, she said. This would be a good time to wind down from the day, relax after dinner, and, well, take in a really great movie. If you've never seen Don Juan DeMarco with Johnny Depp and Marlon Brando, you must. Great for couples to watch if they wanted to bring back that initial spark of love and affection they once had for each other. Or if you're in a new relationship. Even if you're single, you can pick up so much from this movie about love, how to love a woman, how to lose yourself in her eyes, how to put her number one in your life, and how to turn your whole life and purpose for living into a purpose of love and romance. Well, just watch it and you'll see. He reached for the TV remote, which was on the nightstand next to him, turned on the TV, searched for the movie, rented it, and hit play. In no time, they were cuddled up with one another under the covers and smiling to watch their first movie together in bed. Hey, wait till you see this movie. You're going to love it. The movie starts out where, Don Juan, played by Johnny Depp, is on top of a building, ready to jump to his death, all because the love of his life will not acknowledge him. So he has nothing left to do but to die. Well, a psychiatrist named Jack Mickler, played by Marlon Brando, is called to dissuade the would-be suicidal 21-year-old young man who is costumed as Don Juan from not taking his own life, but to share his love story with the doctor. Throughout the whole movie, the stories of Don Juan start to influence the doctor's own view on life, his wife, his love for her, and how he rekindles the romance in his complacent marriage. There are so many important, loving, and romantic messages to be taken from this movie. Hence why I wanted to watch it with you. Oh, I can't wait. As the movie plays on, they laughed when it was time. They cried when the touching moments are shared between certain characters. And by the time the ending comes around, the psychiatrist and his wife are on a plane to some paradise island to help Don Juan search for his long-lost Donna Ana. You can't help but to put yourself in their shoes and vow to yourself and the world going forward that you will commit to your life to love, finding love, and loving that someone special with all your heart and soul. The music in this movie is so moving too, and, in a romantic, kind of loving way. Wow, that was an amazing movie. I'm surprised I hadn't seen it before. I loved it, she said, smiling up at him. Well, it was filmed some time ago, so I'm not surprised if it's not on today's big list of movies to watch, per se. Let alone with the climate today of no one wanting to be romantic or watch romantic movies together, such as this, well, it just kind of sits on the proverbial shelf, collecting cyber dust. That is, until someone like me shares it with you, and then you like it, and for all the right reasons. Wow. Sadly, that makes a lot of sense. During the movie, they never left each other's side. Sure, at times they moved around in bed, but throughout, they remained snug, warm, and cozy in their constant bodily embrace. With the occasional kisses, they'd forget the movie for a bit and make out, kissing and fondling. It was quite easy for them to do so. They were right there, in the flesh, watching a romantic movie. Hey, why not? So tell me a story. A story? Yeah, like that Don Juan movie made me think what a great storyteller you are. Take me on another one of your adventures. Well, I have something in mind. Here, let me turn the TV back to the night ocean view of the beach and the waves. This will just take a second. Okay, while you do that, I'm going to hit the little lady's room. They each took a quick break and then returned to the bedroom for a new round of storytelling, erotic adventures, making out, fondling, love parts. Well, you know the drill by now. She walked in, and while standing by the bed, naked, she took another swig of water. Her body, all exposed for the eye to see, was just another beautiful sight for him to take in. As he scoped her out slowly, his seductive eyes finally landed on hers. "What are you looking at?" she said with a smile. "I'm looking at heaven. Come." He extended his hand out to her. She took it and climbed back into bed. They kissed a little, cuddled, and hugged. "How do you feel?" he asked. "Fabulous. Thanks to you." "So, I have a question for you." "Ask me anything." "Has anyone ever taken you away for a weekend getaway to a romantic castle hotel jacuzzi suite, where all you do was make love away from the world, where no one knows where you are, no one to bother you? You order room service and eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in bed?" "That sounds like your house," she laughed. "Well, pretty close. But it is exciting to get away once in a while." "Well, for me, I've mostly stayed at hotels by myself, alone, or maybe when I was traveling for business and I was at a conference or with family, but no, nothing like you describe. I'm intrigued. Tell me about this hotel getaway mini vacation. I could use one." "Well, it surprises me that not many people even think about leaving their home and just driving down the coast a few miles or across town or wherever just to get away from their home or the mundane routines of their regular life. Especially the idea of making love at home so much. I'm like, hey, let's spice things up a bit here and go make love in a hotel jacuzzi suite for the weekend." "What makes making love in a hotel so special?" "Well, I'm glad you asked." She smiled when he smiled with that response. He took his finger quickly and placed it under her chin as he moved her mouth up to his for a quick kiss. "Well, what makes my hotel getaways so wonderfully romantic is the time and effort I put into them, so that your stay, with me, at the hotel is an escape from all things. You're hidden in this hotel room, romanticized, and made love to. It's very private, and no one's there or knocking on the door to bother us as if we went on some mini vacation somewhere. I make all the plans, and only with your input if you want to be involved. Otherwise, I'll plan it all and surprise you. I prepare the room, and then I come get you. It also depends on how far the hotel is away from where we live, or if we're driving to, a rendezvous at some certain location between us, or whatever the circumstances may be, we'll adjust and accommodate." "Wow, it does sound romantic. Tell me more." "Well, I've created what I call the perfect hotel getaway checklist. I refer to it when I want to set up the hotel room where we're staying, so it turns out that our time spent there is a night or weekend we'll never forget." "What's on the list?" "Well, I'm getting to that part. Hold your cute little horses. Now, give me a kiss for interrupting my hotel getaway checklist part of the story." She smiled and gave him a kiss, all while he's got his arms wrapped around her, and she's also snug, resting next up to his warm body. "Well, I have found if I prep the room in a certain way, that the very second you walk through the door of that hotel room where we're staying, by some magical occurrence, which I love, you see, your clothes, they just fall right off." She giggles. "Really? I love it. Keep going. You see, anyone can check into a hotel. You open your bubbly champagne or whatever you might have brought with you to supposedly romance up the room. Or nothing at all. And you just start kissing and sex is supposed to happen, right? Right. That's what I thought it was supposed to happen, right? No? Yeah, maybe for you and the rest of the world. But for me, that's not enough. And besides, that's not truly creating the right romantic environment for two serious lovers, like ourselves. She smiled. In fact, I was telling my hotel getaway checklist story to a couple that I met once at a restaurant in Newport Beach, California, some time ago. As I shared this checklist with them, he opened up his phone and started taking notes. I kid you not. She looked at him and said, "Honey, we need to do this. Take good notes." I can't wait to hear what's on this list. Well, first, if I'm going to take you away for a hotel getaway weekend, I want to be sure the room has a jacuzzi or a whirlpool, or at least a big bathtub in it. If we're going to be in the room for all that time, I want us to be able to have some fun in the jacuzzi. Naked together, washing each other, or kissing, or just having a nice long conversation together while we relax, maybe drink some champagne, or whatever else we might have in the jacuzzi. How's that sound? I like it already. Keep going. I also look at the actual hotel, trying to find one that's elegant and sort of boutique in style. Not too expensive or flashy, but one that is nicely designed and cared for. No flea bag motels for us, okay? Good. For example, the Aries Hotel is a beautifully designed hotel that gives off a sort of elegant European ambiance. Their rooms are beautifully decorated in sort of a Elizabethan-style manner, with spacious canopy beds for us to roll around naked on. If we're going to stay at the hotel, I want to take us somewhere where our eyes can enjoy the surroundings of our room, not just our bodies. I want a room with a couch in it. In the event I want to make love to you on it. I want large, fluffy pillows, thick bed sheets, down comforters, and plenty of space for us to feel totally relaxed. Like we can move around and not feel confined. Of course, we'll need a refrigerator, maybe a kitchenette with a stove. Optional, but not needed really. Depends on how long we're staying there. Maybe a patio. Optional, where we can go out on at night, naked, and make love under the stars. That is, if it's not too cold outside. Otherwise, we are indoors, and that is fine by me. So, the type of hotel and room are first on my checklist to investigate. Wow, I love your requirements. Keep going. Thank you. After I check out the room, where it's at, availability, etc., I might decide to book it. I'll tell you it's booked and give you the check-in details for your knowledge. Then I'll start making plans to decorate the room in my own special way. Here, check this out. I'm ready. Tell me. As she cuddled up closer to him with all smiles. Well, first, I'll pack and bring special colored red light bulbs to give the whole room sort of a red romantic feel to it. I do not want their blinding white light bulbs blinding us while we spend time together. No. I have colored bulbs with a remote control. And also these very cool flame bulbs that give off sort of a fire lamp effect to the whole room. I might even bring these tall black lamps that I have that are so, easy to transport. You just unplug and go. I'll bring flowers and perhaps a romantic greeting card or two. I'll bring bubble bath soap, special body soap, and 2 bath sponges so we can wash each other down at the same time while we make out in the jacuzzi. How's that for you? I'll bring my laptop, which I'll probably connect to their big screen TV with my own HDMI cable, which I'll then bring so we can have a huge fireplace displayed live on the wall on their TV. I'll just look up one on YouTube and on my computer and bam, we've got a fire, baby. It's very romantic to look up from the bed to see a huge fireplace roaring away right before our eyes while we kiss and make love. I'll also bring my Bluetooth speaker that connects to my phone so we can play our favorite Blade Runner soundtrack in the background, which I mentioned earlier. It's the perfect music to play in the background because it doesn't have any pounding beats which could be heard through the walls disturbing other guests next to our room. We want romantic music playing quietly in the background all day and night. It helps set the mood naturally. I'll also bring battery-powered candles for almost every corner of the room, especially to be placed on the nightstands by our bedsides, perhaps by the jacuzzi, some around the room, by the sink, etc. I'll also bring plenty of water, some beer maybe, wine, or champagne if we want, some fruit for our own breakfast or snack, a bottle opener, 2 plates, bowls, some forks, knives, and spoons, our favorite ice cream, 2 wine glasses, among other things on my list, such as a change of clothes, day and night, evening, something to wear if we're going to go out, etc. Wow, you are thorough. All I'm doing is preparing the room in such a way for us to completely enjoy our stay there and make it as romantic and memorable as possible. For those who say, that sounds like too much work to do all that, I have this to say. It takes me literally 1 hour to gather everything off my list and stuff it in a box or a couple of small bags and then place it in the car. For that 1 hour of time, I've helped create the time of your life at the hotel we're staying at. Your stay becomes so memorable that you will never forget it for the rest of your life. It actually changes you for the better. You relax more, you unwind faster and easier, plus you're in a state of absolute bliss, romance, and ecstasy every minute of the day and night that we're there. So let's see, an hour or so of my time to gain a lifetime memory that will, no doubt, change you in so many positive and happy ways. I like that. I'm okay with that. Besides, it takes less than 20 minutes to set everything up in the room once you bring it all up there. So again, lifetime memories and experiences are what I'm after. If someone says it still takes too much time or effort, then, well, maybe that person isn't all that into making sure you have the best time possible. Bye. See ya. I love this. When can we go? What did you think about my list? I have never heard anyone talk about going to a hotel with all that you described. Never, ever, never. I mean, this totally sounds romantic. I'm all in. When do we go? Now. I'm almost done. You see, I'll pack all these things in my car and drive over to the hotel, if it's local to us, for example, and set up the room after checking in. I'll just request a hotel luggage cart to haul everything up to the room in one trip. I might even bring my own flatbed dolly. It's a small, collapsible flatbed dolly. It's perfect for this use. Then, after everything is in place and set up, I'll either come and get you, or you'll meet me at the hotel, or we travel there together. Either way, you can either wait for me to set up the room, or you can help me set it up, and it'll go that much faster. It's all up to you, darling. How long do we usually stay at a hotel when you set it up like that? What a great question. That all depends. Are we there for 1 night or 2? Maybe a 3-day weekend getaway or a whole week? That all depends on what's available, the time of year, our schedules, etc. No matter, we get to decide where and when we stay and for how long. Ooh, I like this. I like it too. Home is nice, but after a while, home can become too familiar and maybe a little boring, and you just need to get away for a weekend. Maybe you don't have a jacuzzi in your home, or there's a lot of noise where you live. We're just not stuck in the room all day or night either. Depending on where the hotel is, maybe it's near a beach or a lake or in the city. You can always go exploring during the day or out at night for dinner and dancing. The room will be there when we return. And when we do, we're back in paradise. The thing is, you can always go sightseeing some other time. With a room like this, you really don't want to leave. Hence, room service, if it's available. Or you've got DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, Postmates, etc. You won't go hungry, that's for sure. There's really no reason to leave the room. Unless you want to, get out, get some fresh air. That's okay. Wow, it just sounds so romantic. And private. No one has to know we're there. No one has to know where we are. No one there at the hotel knows us. So no one's going to be knocking on the door asking us, hey, what's up? Hey, want to talk or come out and do something? Everyone knows to give us the privacy we paid for. We put that do not disturb sign on the doorknob and it's over. It's just you and me until we want to see or contact humans again. You put your phone on do not disturb as well, and guess what? It becomes the perfect hotel getaway for you and for me to consume each other all day and all night long and without interruption. I might even ask for an early check-in and a late check-out to make sure we make full use of the maximum amount of time we're there. Well, I'm ready to go whenever you say so. You can take me anywhere, anytime. I can't wait to experience that with you.